well, that was a massive opportunity missed tonight. Um, I don't want to make it about the ref because it shouldn't be. But he's the main talking point of the game. Obviously, it's the two red cards at the end for Egan Riley and Parker. It's I've only seen it the once, and I think the telly showed it twice actually. But and in the emotion of it, and it's hard to sometimes make a decision. So I'm not going to say I think it was a red or I think it wasn't. At first viewing, I thought he tripped him up. He tripped him up, like the same type of trip that happens 10 times in a game. Like he's denied, like almost you deny a counter attack. You just have a trip. It's petulant. You know what you're doing. You trip him up. But again, I haven't seen it in close enough to say he hasn't gone in there and absolutely volleyed him. So I'm not going to say. I'll leave that up to the club to decide what they want to do and other people to talk about that. The Parker one, I don't know why he's been sent off. He went in and he was quite calm, so he must have said something serious or I don't know. But Gavin Ward obviously wanted to make it all about him, and he's done that. He's succeeded in that. I remember when we played Stoke, the Stoke fans were singing to him all game, Gavin Ward, it's not about you. And they were obviously right, because tonight he's made it all about him in a game that didn't really deserve to be. He didn't deserve to be talked about. The main talking point was our probably lack of, I don't want to say quality because that's probably not fair, but lack of inventiveness in the final third, say. Goal was obviously a massive fluke, that keeping error that falls favourably to Fleming and he taps into an empty net. But, we had the chance. Anthony hits the bar. Perez puts a great ball across the face of goal for Edwards, and then one for Fleming in the first half. But, we didn't create anything clear cut where you think, I don't remember the keeper making a meaningful save all night, other than the one he dropped to Fleming's feet. I just don't remember us creating anything. All right, their goals out of nothing really, free kick, but they had the best chance to win it probably at the end. When he hits the bar, and it's on another night we probably could have lost the game. I thought they were a good team. They were well organised. They were good at cutting passing lanes and all the stuff that you hate to play against. You couldn't get a ball into fullback. It couldn't go into midfield. It went long. They've got two lads gobbling it up. They're a good side. They're well drilled, as you'd expect from a Mowbray side, and we knew that when we come into the game. And I suppose you can maybe question the team selection, dropping Foster after, changing anything really after Saturday. But we've got another big game on Saturday, which will be a tough one, and is now even tougher without Egan Riley. I think whenever I last went on the live show, I can't remember when it was, maybe Preston, I said the issue no one talks about with Humphreys being injured is what happens when, or if at the time, CJ or Steve get injured. We had a problem because now we've got Joe Worrell coming in. And I've got nothing against Joe Worrell. He's had a good career and a far better career in the game than I have. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, he's this, he's that, he's the other. But we saw against Preston that he's nowhere near the level of the other two. So when you're weakening that team at this stage of the season, when we've got to go to Swansea, which it's a tough game to go anywhere in this league. Then we've got to go to Coventry, which I know they lost tonight to Derby, but I think they are statistically the most informed team in the league. And someone else at home, Bristol City maybe? I don't know, that could be wrong. But let's say for argument's sake it's Bristol City at home who've just gone and got a result at Sheffield tonight. You've lost one of your best players at the worst possible time of the season. So it's a big problem. Listen, the silver lining tonight is that the other two have dropped points as well. and you've just got to hope Leeds drop points tomorrow. But the advantage of playing last is that you've seen what everyone else has done, so the pressure's off them now. The pressure should have been right on it, and if we'd have won that game, pressure's off them a bit because they can open up 4 points again tomorrow night, and it changes the whole dimension of the running again. I don't know. It's one of them. We should have won the game tonight on the face of it, but I think if we're being honest, we probably didn't do enough to win it. I think a draw was probably fair. They come with a decent game plan, stopped us doing what we're good at. Edwards was really quiet. He just couldn't get in the game. Anthony did all right. Perez probably had his best game I've seen him have in a Burnley shirt. Midfield three, again, quiet. I do always question when he drops Laurent for Hannibal. Like, I can understand the rotation because we've got games, but when Brownhill drops that into that deeper role that he doesn't suit, and Hannibal doesn't suit the more advanced one, it just, why didn't we just go like for like and play Cullen alongside Hannibal and leave Brownhill in his more advanced role where we know that's his best role? Like, to me, that was the main decision I questioned, and obviously dropping Foster when he's just scored was probably a strange one, but I don't know. It's just a really disappointing, big opportunity missed, and just have to bounce back on Saturday now and say we're going to be without Egan Riley. And I don't know how long a manager gets for a red card. I'm not sure if it's 3 games or not, but he's already had 1 touchline ban, so that might make it 3. I don't know. I think Slot got 2, didn't he, for his red card? Without Parker, without Egan Riley. And it's what effect Egan Riley has on the whole back line. You just don't know, because we've not really set up in a strong one without him. I don't know. You saw how bad it was at Preston when you took him out and there was Egan Riley in a full-back change. It is a big concern if they uphold the ban, and you assume they will do, because I'm assuming it'll go down as violent conduct, so it's unlikely things like that get overturned, but they'll have to leave that one up to the club to decipher. But yeah, all round, just a disappointing night.